It is day 3 of my mother's visit to Oregon, and today we are doing wineries, so stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community post on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. We are currently at White Rose Estate. This is near Dundee in Dayton, out in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. Let me turn the camera around so you can look at the views instead of me. Paul is over here taking pictures because of course he is. And today we are doing a vineyard tour with a couple of other small groups of people and wine tastings here. This place is absolutely gorgeous. It was a fun little drive getting this high up onto the hill. And I mean, it's just spectacular views here. So I don't know how much I can film while I'm on the vineyard tour, but I will see what I can do. Have to have a hand free for a glass of wine, which I don't have yet. My bag of the day is the Longchamp Le Pliage, kind of a raffia tote, but it's not really raffia, and there's no shoulder strap, so I've got to have that on my arm too. And I don't know how easy it'll be to film things and how much I'll be allowed, but I'll do what I can. Let's get started. Okay, first of all, take in this view. So far, this place has the most spectacular view of any winery vineyard that we've been to in the Willamette Valley. And I can't imagine a much better view than this. And I heard about this place via a vlog somewhere, and they said the same thing, that it's just absolutely incredible and that the wine is incredible. And we were blown away by those views. So here we are inside the tasting room, and we're waiting on the rest of the group to show up. Most everybody was here at this point. There's my mom. And the little tiny glass there is sparkling water that they gave us to cleanse our palates before we started tasting wine. So that's what I've got. And then they gave us our first pour, and that we were able to carry around with us for a while. We started out in the vineyards, and we went down this one row of vines, and the guy there talked for quite a long time. We stood there for 20 or 30 minutes listening to all this information, this wealth of information about the agriculture behind winemaking. And it was so interesting. I've been on so many winery tours and vineyard tours in the 14 years that we've been going to wineries, and these guys had the very best tour. I learned so much that I had never heard before. It was so in-depth. And like I said, a lot of it had to do with the architecture and with the winemaking process and with the experimentation, which they do a lot of at White Rose Estate. That was so interesting to learn about. And I'm not usually very interested in agriculture. I just like to go drink the wine, you know. They took us around to different places, so we got different pours throughout the tour. Here we are in the fermentation room. That's what those big silver tanks were. That's where they ferment the grapes. And then we were back out in a different part of the vineyard. I think the first part had some of the oldest vines, and this was a newer part of the vineyard. And then again, with these views, you just really couldn't get over it. It's so beautiful at this place. That cluster had some dewdrops on it, which was really pretty. And I mean, we learned about how they trim the grapes to make some of the clusters bigger and like direct more attention through the vine to particular clusters of grapes, and that they pick those and not others. It was so interesting. Here we are in the barrel room. So once the wine comes out of fermentation, it's put into barrels to get the aging and the flavors from the American and the French oaks that are used. And we're getting more pours here. This may have been the last pour, which was the most incredible Pinot Noir we've ever tasted. It was a small batch wine, And this wine, Paul and I were standing across from each other in that group of people. And as soon as we tasted it, we both looked up at each other, made eye contact, and were like, whoa, we have to have a bottle of that. And the guy kept warning us that it was a very expensive bottle because it was small batch. It turned out to be a lot less expensive than we were expecting it to be. It was over $100, but it wasn't like 500 or 1,000 or something. That, by the way, is a grape press that they still use. Oh, maybe this is the last pour here, and you can see Paul over there. But that wine was incredible, and because of that wine and because of the other wines and the winery itself, the views, just the whole package, we did decide to join the wine club that day. And we did... oh, I forget the name of it. They have different tiers of the wine club, but the one that we joined is one where you go in once a year, and like I said, they do experimentation with the grapes, and you get to taste some of the different experiments and some of the things that they've done and tried, and it just sounded fascinating, so we're doing that. Just finished up at White Rose, and now we're at Winters Hill Estates, so we're gonna go check out their wine. Loved this place too. They had really lovely wines, quite a variety of things, whereas the first place was maybe more classic with their grapes, I guess. And this place was a little more eclectic, I'd say. Also, they paired every wine with a different chocolate. These are J. Coco chocolates that are made in Seattle. They were all fabulous chocolates as well. I'll have all these wineries and the chocolate place linked below. But that's one of the reasons that I chose this particular winery for Paul, so that he got all the extra chocolate. And oh, that Cayenne Veracruz orange one was my favorite. It was in a white chocolate, and oh my gosh, it's haunting me. I've been looking for it every time I see chocolate somewhere, and I'm gonna have to order it from their website, I guess. But beautiful views here too, not quite as spectacular as the other place, but still very beautiful. And they were lovely there. The service was wonderful. The owner came over and said hi, and that was a dessert wine that they gave us too. That last tasting was lovely. We really enjoyed it. They had about 5 wines on the list to taste, but then they also added 2 more to it, so that was really nice. Now we're at a place called Durant Winery, Vineyard, Estate, who knows. I'll put it below. And they are not only a vineyard, they do wine, but they also do olive oil here. So they have olive trees. They didn't have any reservations available for tastings, but you can just go to their gift shop and they have the olive oils available to taste there, like a casual tasting. But then they also have these more elevated tastings where they'll sit you down with these glasses to taste the different olive oils and teach you about them. So we're not doing that one today. We're just going to do the very casual tasting. And there are places in Texas that do olive oil, and we've done this before. So Paul and I are definitely going to come back sometime and do the more formal tasting. I'm very interested in that. I think they're like way ahead of me here, so I'd better catch up.
We are at the wrong place.
Well, that was a little too in sync and rehearsed, but okay.
No, we just think alike.
Okay. Oh, sure.
So we are here. Right here.
Okay.
We have to go back out the way we came and take the first left around to number 6, which is the gift shop olive oil tasting.
I don't know any of these people.
Oh, you're married to one of them.
I just hitchhike.
Local food, houseplants, arts, and gifts.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Let's go find that. OMG. It is a chore traveling with these two. They've been being all kinds of bossy today. Okay, so we've had to repark in a different place, and this is the current location where we are. There's stuff down there and stuff up here, and we're gonna try to find the gift shop and the olive oil. So this place, we didn't see much of it because it was a stop between 2 wineries, but they did have some olive oils and vinegars out to taste, so we did that. We got a little bread from the gift shop. Lovely gift shop, by the way. definitely want to go back and do a formal tasting. There's one that does olive oil and wine with food pairings, but it's sold out for the rest of the year, so maybe next year. We are now at our third winery today. This is Remy Wines, and they do old world Italian style wines. They also do like Willamette Valley. The first one here is Pinot Noir, but it's a sparkling Pinot Noir, and it's like a white, almost a rosé color. So we're gonna give that a shot, and then we're gonna try more wines. I don't know what else to say. I've had a lot of wine today. I keep forgetting to film the wines. A lot of wine has happened today, and my filming skills are going down the drain the more wine I have. So this is a Lagrein. It's a very rare grape, they were telling us. Only about 1,000 acres planted in the whole world, and they have 3 of those acres here. So very curious about this one. Have never had it before. Just tasted it. Hard to taste after what I just had, which is a really bright Chardonnay. I still have a lot of that on my palate, so it's clouding what I can taste of this, but what I'm getting so far is very soft. Lots of fruit, like berries and stuff, and I think as I have more of it and it washes away the Chardonnay on my palate, it's going to taste really nice. So I'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope that at some point you get a chance to come up to Oregon and check out some of these things that we've been able to see in person for yourself. Bye.